Hello students, I hope you all are fine and taking proper care of yourself in this corona period. Studies are equally important for us. So let we continue our studies with topic data handling. First topic is data. The information in the form of arranged numerical figure which can be interpreted to make decision is called data. That means collection of numerical figures from which we can extract some information is called data. For example, number of boys and girls in your class. Again, this is a numerical figure. We can call it as a data. Or population of males, females in a city. Again, these are collection of numerical figures. So they will come under category of data. Data further can be classified as categorical data and numerical data. If we talk about categorical data, that means qualitative data which involves quality and does not involve numerical figure. For example, blood group of people, it may be A, B, O. These are not involving numerical figures. These are representing quality. So this comes under category of categorical data. Same way, it may be hometown. Hometown of a people may be Meerut, Delhi, Agra. These are not involving numerical figure. So this come under category of categorical data. Same way, marital status. A person may be married or unmarried. Now coming to numerical data. Numerical data involves numbers. Numerical data further can be classified into discrete data and continuous data. Discrete data, that means data which can be counted. Discrete data can be counted as number. For example, number of pages of a book. If you are having a book, you can count its number of pages. So this will come under the category of discrete data. Or population of a city. This will again come under category of discrete data because we can count it. Now coming to second, that is continuous data. It involves numerical figure but cannot be counted. It can be only measured. Here it involves numerical values but we measure it. For example, height. Height we measure, we don't count height. Again, time and temperature. So this kind of data comes under category of a continuous data. Further, data can be classified as grouped or ungrouped data or raw data. So ungrouped data is the data which is unorganized and cannot be easily interpreted is called raw data, or the data in the original form which is not arranged in any order is called raw data. For example, the time taken in minutes to complete a task by 30 students of a class are 16, 12, 14, 8, 15, 6, 8, 7, 24 and so on. This data is raw data or ungrouped data. Now coming to range. Range is highest observation minus lowest observation of the data. Each input or each numerical figure of data is called observation. So range is highest observation minus lowest observation. For this data, if I see highest observation is, if I will check, this is 24 and lowest observation is 6. So range will be 24 minus 6 equals to 18. Group data, that is the data that has been organized into groups from the raw data is called group data. That means when we arrange the given raw data into groups, we call them as a group data. For example, the above data is arranged in groups or in frequency distribution table. Here in first column, this is time taken to complete activity in minutes. Second is tally marks, and third one is number of students or the frequency. See, above data is divided into groups, that is 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. These are called classes. This is first class, this is second class, this is third class, and this is fourth class. In each class, lower value is called the lower limit and higher value is called the upper limit. For first class, lower limit is 5 and upper limit is 10. For second class, lower limit is 10 and upper limit is 15. In the same way, for third class, lower limit is 15 and upper limit is 20. Next comes class interval, class width or class size. They all mean the same thing. Class size is given by formula class size equals to upper limit minus lower limit. For example, for first class interval, class size will be upper limit, that is 10, minus lower limit, that is 5. So it will be 10 minus 5 equals to 5. Next is class mark. Class mark is given by formula upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. For example, for first class, class mark will be upper limit, that is 10, plus lower limit, that is 5. 10 plus 5 by 2, this will be 15 by 2 equals to 7.5. Therefore, class mark for first class interval will be 7.5. Now, we will learn how to make frequency distribution table for the given ungrouped data. Question is, the marks obtained out of 50 by 30 students of a class are given below: 26, 12, 18, 47, 35, 46, 28, 46, and so on up to 29. A part is construct a frequency distribution table for the data using equal class interval. B part is find percentage of student who score more than 45 marks. Now we will find smallest observation in the given data. If I look, smallest observation in the given data is, let's see, that is 9, and largest observation in the given data is, if I check, that is 48. So by looking this smallest and largest observation, we got an idea that our data is going to vary from 9 to 48. Now if I take class size of 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, to represent our data with this class, I will have to make so many classes, which will not be a good idea to represent our data. Now, if I take class size of 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, I will have to make again 10 classes, which will be again not a good idea or not an easy form to represent our data. So by using our common sense, we will take a suitable class size. Here, let me take class size of 10. For making frequency distribution table, we will make a table with 3 columns, that is marks, tally marks, and frequency, that is number of student. Now in first column we have taken classes, that is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50. This is first class, this is second class, third, fourth and fifth. Now if I look here, this is 0 to 10, and again this is starting from 10 to 20, and in third class again it is starting from 20. So this kind of data is known as continuous data or exclusive form. Now here in first class, lower limit is 0 and upper limit is 10. In second class, lower limit is 10 and upper limit is 20. So in first class, we will be taking only observation ranging from 0 to 9. 10 will not be counted here in this first class. 10 will be counted in second class or the class with lower limit. In the same way, 20 will not be considered in second class, it will be considered in third class. In the same way, in fourth class, we will be taking values from 30 to 39 only. 40th observation will not be counted here. 40 observation will be counted in fifth class interval. Now, we will put tally mark and write frequency for the classes. Now for first class, let me check. Here in first class, we will be taking only observations from 0 to 9 only. Now if I look in the data, I am having value 0 to 9 will be, there is only one value. So I will put one tally mark here and write 1 in front of it. For second class, let me count number of observation ranging from 10 to 19 only. 20 will not be counted in this class. Let me check. 10 to 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got 6 observation. So I will be putting tally marks. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4th, 5th one diagonally, and 1 is left, that is 1, and I will write 6 here. For third class, let me count observations ranging from 20 to 29. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So there are 9 observation. I will put 9 tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5th one. Then 6, 7, 8 and 9. I will write 9 here. For third class interval, we will count observations from 30 to 39. Let me count. 30 to 39. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I will write 5 tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and write 5 here. Same way, for fourth class interval, we will be taking observation from 40 to 50. I will get 9 observation. I will write 9 tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will write 9 here. This is our frequency distribution table. Now coming to B part. Number of students scored more than 45. Let me count. more than 45, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That is 5. Therefore, percentage of a student who scored more than 45 marks will be 5 upon 30 into 100 and percentage sign. This will be 16.67 percentage. Let's take this question. This question is very simple and interesting. Question is the following frequency distribution table for the grouped data shows time taken in minutes to complete an activity by 30 students. So here in first column this is time taken to complete activity in minutes. Second is tally mark and third one is frequency or number of students. So here first class is 5 to 10, its frequency is 7. Second class is 10 to 15, its frequency is 6. Third class is 15 to 20, its frequency is 11. Fourth class is 20 to 25, its frequency is 6. If I add all these, this is equal to 30. Now, A part is find class size of second class interval. B part is find class mark of third class interval. C part is find upper limit and lower limit of fourth class interval. Now, for second class interval, see, this is first class interval, this is second class interval, this is third class interval, and this is fourth class interval. For second class interval, class is 10 to 15, its upper limit is 15 and lower limit is 10. Class size is given by formula upper limit minus lower limit. So it will be 15 minus 10. Here in second class, lower limit is 10 and upper limit is 15. So this will be 15 minus 10, that is 5. Third class interval is 15 to 20. Class mark is given by formula upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Here in this class, upper limit is 20 and lower limit is 15. So this will be 20 plus 15 by 2. This will be 35 by 2 equals to 17.5. Therefore, class mark for third class interval is 17.5. C part. For fourth class interval, class is 20 to 25. So here upper limit is 25 and lower limit is 20. So this is the answer. Next topic is pie chart. Pie chart is a type of a graph in which a circle is divided into sector and each sector represents a portion of the whole. Pie chart is also known as a circle graph. This is an example of a pie chart which is representing data, type of music they like in a group of people. That is, type of a music liked by a group of people. Here in pie chart, a circle is divided into sectors in which each sector represents the information. The angle made by each sector at the center of the circle is called central angle or angle of sector. For example, in this pie chart, it is given that central angle for people like semi-classical music is x degree. People like folk music is x degree. People like classical music is 3x degree. So all these are central angles. For making pie chart, we need central angle. Central angle is calculated by the formula central angle equals to value of item upon sum of values of all items into 360 degree. In case of percentage, central angle is given by formula value in percentage upon 100 into 360 degree. Now we will learn how to make a pie chart for the given data. Question is, the table shows the sale of popular books of different subjects. Books are maths, English, science, computer and Hindi. Number of books sold: maths 80, English 60, science 100, computer 150 and Hindi 90. Now for making pie chart, we need central angle, and central angle is given by the formula value of item upon sum of values of all items into 360 degree. So here item is number of books sold, and their sum will be 80 plus 60 plus 100 plus 150 plus 90 equals to 480. Now sum of values of all item will be, that is total number of books sold will be 80 plus 60 plus 100 plus 150 plus 90. This will be equal to 480 degree. Now for finding central angle, we will make a table with 3 columns. One is books, second is number of books sold, and third one is central angle. Maths 80, English 60, science 100, computer 150, Hindi 90. Now central angle for math will be value of item upon total value into 360 degree. Value of item here is number of maths books sold, that is 80, upon 480 into 360. This will be equal to 60 degree. Same central angle for English will be 60 upon 480 into 360. This will be equals to 45 degree. Central angle for science will be number of science books sold upon total books into 360. This will be equal to 75 degree. Same we will have central angle for computer. This will be 150 upon 480 into 360. This will be 112.5 degree. Central angle for Hindi will be 90 upon 480 into 360. This will be equal to 67.5 degree. Now if I add all these angles, their sum must be equal to 360 degree or complete angle. For drawing pie chart, we will draw a circle of suitable radius, and from center of the circle we will make a line from center to the circle and will take it as a reference line. Now we have to draw sectors for the different items. We have calculated central angle for maths and it was 60 degree. So taking this line as a reference line from the center of the circle, I will make an angle of 60 degree. I will place protractor here and taking this line as a reference line, I will draw an angle of 60 degree. I will mark here 60 and draw an angle of 60 degree, and I will write 60 here and maths here. So this sector is representing number of math books sold. Now I will be taking this arm of angle as reference line and will make sector angle for the next item, that is English. We have calculated central angle for English book is 45 degree. So I'll place my protractor at the center of the circle, and taking this line as a reference line, I will draw an angle of 45 degree. So I'll place my protractor like this, mark an angle of 45 degree and join it to make an angle of 45 degree. I will write 45 here and English here. This sector is representing number of number of English books sold. Now this arm of angle I will take as a reference line and will draw angle for next item, that is number of science books sold. We have calculated central angle for number of science books sold, that was 75 degree. I'll place my protractor here at the center of the circle and will take this as reference line and draw an angle of 75 degree. I'll mark here 75 and will join this to make angle of 75. I will write 75 here and science here. This sector is representing number of science books sold. Now I will consider this arm as baseline or reference line and draw central angle for computer, and it was 112.5. So I'll place my protractor here at the center of the circle. We'll take this as a reference line and draw an angle of 112.5. I will join it. And I will get an angle of 112.5 and write computer here. This sector will represent number of computer books sold. And I will be left with last sector, that will be by default 67.5, or we can check it with our protractor also. So I will write here 67.5 degree and Hindi here. This sector will represent number of Hindi books sold. So in this way we draw our pie chart. Now we will learn how to read information from given pie chart. Question is, a group of persons were asked about their favorite car color. The result is shown by the following pie chart. A part is find value of X. B part is if 90 people like silver, find total number of people in this group. C part is find percentage of people like blue car. Here in the pie chart we are given central angle for people like white color is 4x degree and central angle for silver is 90 degree. Central angle for blue is 5x degree. Now if I add all these central angle, it will be equal to 360 degree, that is complete angle. This means 4x plus 5x plus 90 equal to 360. This will be 9x equal to 360 minus 90. 9x equals to 270. X equals to 270 by 9, that is 30 degree. Therefore x equals to 30 degree. Coming to B part, people like silver color is equals to 90. Then central angle for silver will be number of people like silver upon total people into 360 degree. This implies 90 degree equals to 90 upon total people into 360. Solving it will have total people equals to 90 upon 90 degree into 360 degree. This will get cancelled. 90 4 and 90 4 360. Therefore total people in this group is 360. Coming to C part, central angle for people like blue car is equals to 5x and value of x is 30 degree. Therefore, central angle for blue car is 150 degree. Now, number of people like blue color will be given by formula central angle into total people upon 360. Putting value, central angle is 150, total people is 360 upon 360. Solving it, I will get 150. Therefore, number of people like blue color is 150. Percentage of people like blue color will be 150 upon 360 into 100 and percentage sign. Solving it, I will get 41.67%. Therefore, 41.67% people like blue color. Thank you.